Welcome to Smart Business Show for August 29th, 2018. Today's question is, if you avoid sites like UpWork, how do you find work? I totally get this question, especially when you're starting, because nobody knows who you are. So how do you find work? Great question. Now, there's some drawbacks to UpWork. So we're going to start there. And other similar sites. I'm going to keep saying UpWork, but other similar sites as well. Some of the drawbacks are that often clients are racing to get a lower price. And it's really easy for them to find it there for one of the other points we're going to come to. Is that you're competing with lots of others. So a client puts out a job there and people bid on it. So it's a bidding site, I suppose. Really, they would not like that. They would say it's a freelance job site. I don't know about that. And you're going to the clients is the other thing. So the client puts up a job and you're coming to them. So you're not an expert. You're some service provider generally. It's not good. So the alternative to UpWork has three benefits. We're going to talk about how you get to this spot in a second. Is branding your business. So you have to brand your business, which means you have to do some own marketing. You have to actually tell people about yourself. You will not build it and they will not come. And that means you do more sales work as well. So in UpWork, you put up your bid and there's maybe some questions and that's it. There's no sales work. You're not marketing yourself. You're not reaching out to people, which you have to do. And so that is how you get work if you're not on UpWork or other similar sites. And I've previously written about this and it's already in the show notes. And it was called 10 Ways to Stand Out as a WordPress Developer. And I'm going to recap them here. I'm going to talk about WordPress, I'm going to talk about technical stuff, but a lot of these same points go for designers. And I'll try to highlight, or for wordsmiths, everything. I'm going to try to highlight other fields as I go through. So first off is wear your brand. As you build your brand, you need to just be you. I have a lot of my clients from my business site, so sfndesign.ca, where I talk about building membership sites, and I do that for people. They actually follow my personal blog at curtismchale.ca, which is, what this podcast is most closely associated with. And they follow that, and they hear me talk about my kids, and they hear me talk about sometimes even frustrating clients, and they love it. I probably have 60% of my clients on that as well that work with me, and they just tell me that they love my site anyways. Number two is niche your services. So don't just be I do WordPress or I design blogs or something. I mean, design blogs is better actually than just I design sites, because it's more of a niche than sites. But niche your services. So serve a specific market. Right now I serve membership sites. That's it. I only do membership sites, and I could even niche further and say I only do membership sites in a certain field. For doctors, I guess. I don't know. Doctor just came to mind. I'm not sure there's actually one there. Maybe there is. Number three is have an opinion. This kind of goes back to number one, but be opinionated. Don't just waffle around and stuff. Have an opinion. I have definitely got flack on my site for having an opinion before, but it's also brought people that say, oh man, this blog post, one specific one, I said, ignore your email on every day except Friday. People were like, that's amazing. And a whole bunch of people tell me I was insane for that. But I also had a whole bunch of people say, that's amazing. I started following you, and then they started paying me to work with them because I said, ignore your email. Number four, another way is have a product. So I have a few products. I have my books. By the time you get this, The Art of Focus will be out yesterday. And it should be free still if you're listening to this on Wednesday, I guess that'll be the 30th, August 30th. It should be free still on the Kindle store. If you can go to amazon.com and purchase it on the Kindle store, that'll be great. I will find a link to that to put in the show notes because there isn't one yet. But having a product to brand yourself. So I have a membership plugin on my business for the membership side. I have a number of books here. I have a boot camp, I have coaching, I have a bunch of other stuff that brand me as an expert. And the thing about a product is it brands you as an expert. So write a book about the niche that you want to serve. 5, use your blog. You gotta actually do marketing, right? So I'm doing a podcast right now. I have 2 podcasts right now. The book one's on a short hiatus as I actually get my next book out. So use your blog. Use it as a way to communicate with your prospects. And remember, important thing, especially developers, even designers maybe, but they write to their peers. Don't write to your peers. Your peers don't hire you generally. It's good for some brand awareness maybe, but write to the people that you want to serve. What type of questions are they going to ask? That's why this is written for freelancers or people starting their own business. That's what this site is about. So when I write with it, I focus on questions like this. This is a question that someone asked me about running their business. Number 6, contribute to projects. So this is for developers, hop on GitHub, find a project. This is also for designers. Lots of design work needs to be done in some of these projects because only developers dive in, and there are a few designers doing it. You need to dive in and do it. I have definitely done UI work on a bunch of different projects that no one was willing to do. I got paid to work on open source projects more than once because I was going to do UI work and help them work out workflows and stuff like that. Number 7, don't talk like a developer. Don't talk like a big nerd when you talk to clients. You need to talk to them about the problems that they have and how you can solve them. Don't talk like a nerd. Number 8, have a client vetting process. So this is kind of the alternative of what you see on Upwork, where they are vetting different providers. You need to have a process to vet your clients. What are the 3 or 5 things that you really need to dig into with them that you want to see as you talk about them with the project? And only those 3, 5 things. If they have most of them, then they get to become your client. They're a prospect until then, and they're a client once they paid you. Have a follow-up process. I follow up with people over and over and over and over and over and over. I continue to follow up all the time. Now remember, I go into more detail in the blog post about this and link to other resources. So even check out the blog post that I've linked to here. Follow up with them, and follow up again, follow up again, follow up again. Number 10, ship your work on time, people. This is probably the biggest one that's frustrating as I work with clients and they tell me, oh, my last developer just dropped off the face of the earth. They were gone for 6 months, or this is a problem. Ship your work on time. Like, that's what you got to do. And that's what some of the forcing feature of Upwork is good, because you have a reputation there and you got to keep it up. Whereas in the wider world, like, your reputation is what? There's not like some star next to your name. That's the thing. You still build a reputation, good or bad, but there's not some star next to your name. So that is what I would recommend if you want to have a business outside of Upwork or outside of whatever, freelancer.com, if that's still a thing. If you want to get your own clients, that's what you need to do. Now, on a side note, this podcast may be ending. Well, let's see. It may be ending in its current form. I will still be doing some podcasts very similar to this. But as I look at niching my services, as I look at my next book, The Art of Focus, coming out as I record it, but came out yesterday as you get to listen to this, I may be rebranding this. Some ideas is actually to brand under The Art of Focus, start a new site under The Art of Focus, start writing there about some of my content, and move what is this podcast over there, again, rebranded as The Art of Focus. Not sure if that's too narrow a niche or if that's excellent or what, because where do I put my marketing books then? Or my book on effective client email? How do I do that? So maybe a little more business focused name or something like that. I don't know. And then I keep blogging on my own site. Maybe around more app reviews, more nerdy stuff that I enjoy. Maybe some technical stuff again. So and that's some of my thoughts. If you have feedback on that, if you have feedback on this episode, I'd love it if you provide it to me. My email is curtis@curtismchale.ca. Send it to me. If you're watching this on YouTube, make a comment in the bottom. I love it. And hi, John. I know you watch a lot of these. I love the comments. If you have any feedback, that's great. You can hit me up on Twitter, which I check sort of still. It's curtismchale.ca. And I'm on mastodon.social as Curtis McHale as well. So you can hit me up there and just give me some feedback if you have any more questions around how you build your brand, build your business outside of Upwork, or if you have any feedback on possibly rebranding a bunch of my content over to something, maybe the Art of Focus site, maybe not. I'd love to hear it. Anyway, have an awesome day. Thanks for listening.